guys, I'm back with another word and it's taken from the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 16. And it says, "For him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him." And a couple of scriptures to back that up. Genesis 1 and verse 1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." John chapter 1 and verse 3 says, "All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made." And even as John says all things were made by him, and without him, meaning to say without God, was not anything made that was made. So it means to say that no man can take the glory of God. God created human beings, which are the visible things, and the invisible beings, such as angels, and it goes on to say powers and principalities and dominions, and some of the visible things that we can see as well is the earth itself, the water, we have trees, we have houses, we have animals, so many things that we can see with our naked eyes. But then there's the invisible realm, which is the spirit realm. And Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4 says, "The Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." So everyone in this life has a purpose. I want to let you know tonight that you have a purpose. And sometimes we might think to ourselves, um, why there are so many wicked people, today in this world. Even in our lives, we may know some personally, whether it be a neighbor, a friend, a family. We may consider them because they have some ways that are, not pleasing in the sight of God. And the Bible is saying the Lord had made all things for himself, right? So this had nothing to do with us. This was pleasing unto God when he created mankind, because it was for himself, for his pleasure. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So God is letting you know that the wicked has it his purpose or her purpose. And this reminds me of Judas. And Matthew chapter 26, verse 3 says, "And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hands with me in the dish, the same shall betray me." So it just tells me that God, who is all knowing, he already knew that Judas was going to betray him. And even though he knew that, he chose him for that purpose. He could have chosen Peter, he could have chosen any other person, but he chose Judas for that job in particular, to betray him. And sometimes we may question, people in our lives, when people done us wrong, when people treat us a particular way, and we wonder. But sometimes, it gets us down. It makes us feel, so unappreciative, unloved. You feel betrayed. I am sure that somebody out there tonight may have been betrayed by a friend or a family, or someone you may have had close to your heart may have done you wrong. And sometimes it's because we open the door, to without using discernment. And then there are some people who God had ordained and placed in your life, it's for you to go to another level, to reveal his glory then. And that's why the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 35 says, "The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools." So even though they think that, they are doing you something, even Joseph brothers, it really reminded me while I was reading this of Joseph brothers, and they had their purpose. Without Joseph brothers, um, placing him, Satan to kill him, place him in a pit, and also sold him. They thought that they were doing, themselves good. But little did they know that it was all a plan and a purpose. So you may have someone in your life that you maybe want to get rid of or tired of, or someone who may have hurt you in your past, but just know it's for God's purpose, and that God will elevate you right in front of those same people who eat and drink with you, who scorn and mock you, those people who, use evil words towards your life, knowingly and unknowingly. God will reveal His glory through you. So I just want to encourage some heart tonight that, maybe feeling heavy, somebody who, maybe weak in spirit, just to trust in the Lord and lean not unto your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways, and He will direct your path. God bless.